This is the Iron Trader. Now the pit's closed here at 2:30. Now it's about a half hour ago. So as usual, we're going to review crude oil here and natural gas. At the end of the video, the support and resistance levels are posted. This video is for information purposes only, not a recommendation to buy, sell any stock, commodity, ETF. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Okay, here we have crude oil, your daily and your weekly. Now remember, the API numbers will be out today at 4:30 for crude, and EIA report will be out on Wednesday at 10:30 for crude, and then the EIA report will be out on Thursday for natural gas at 10:30, and then the rig count is there on Friday. Now, you can see what we did here. We put in a lower low, but we also put in a higher high, but we closed below yesterday's candle, okay? Now, this would have been really good if it would have been a candle like this, a nice green candle like this, and then we could say, hey, we could have a chance of ripping up here. But right now, this is still kind of like an indecision. We have to see what's going to be happening here, just like we had right there, okay? So right now, we just have some sideways action going on. So what we want to watch is, obviously, your key level here is going to be this 21 simple moving average here, 28, 29. That is going to be on your weekly. Okay, if that is lost, your next support is going to be 28 or 78, 13. And then we'll come to today's low at 77.55. Obviously, if that's lost, we'll just follow the rest of these candles down. Now, this is where I was telling you to watch out here for support. You had 77.57, so it came within 2 cents of that candle, which is very, very good. Now, next candle here we look at is 77.34, and then you have 76.79, which will be your next support level. Then we can just keep on ratcheting all the way on down here. What we have is you got 75.54. We have right here on this candle 75.52, and then what we're looking for here, if it keeps on going, is this 75.24. But again, look how strong this is. If it got right down here, I think that'd be an awesome buying opportunity. Don't know if it's going to or not, but look here at times that it hit it and it closed above. Okay, now you can go down, but for the week it closed above. Very, very bullish. Plus we have a nice, good rising 200 simple moving average. But the key is, first of all, we've got to look at to make sure that you close above the 21-day, and we close above this key 100-day, and then we can look at yesterday's low. Now, when those futures open up here, okay, tonight at 6 o'clock, what you want to watch is the high 79.17, and then you want to watch that low at 77.55. Very, very key. Okay, so now again, there was some really good scalping in UCO. They're just day trade. They're during the day from 9:30 here. It got as low as 30.80 and got as high as 31.79. So you had a point spread on there. Very, very nice. It was just like a back and forth action. So very good scalping there in the old crude. Okay. So now let's just take a look here. Say this rips up. What do we want to look at? We want to look at yesterday's high. Okay. So we're looking at right there at 79.09. Then we'll look at today's high, 79.17. And then we look at 79.96. And then we have 79.99. And then we have your big 80.14. That's your big, big key level is your 80.14. Right above it here is you got 80.16. Okay, so everything's right there. Now, again, when those futures open, this 8-day is going to be lower. Okay, this is going to come down, and you are definitely going to cross below that 200-day. There's no doubt about it. So we crossed over to 21-day, over to 50-day, and now we're going to go to 200. That's going to provide huge, huge resistance, okay, on the upside. You're not going to get through it the first time. Look how many times here, okay, how you try to get through, and it never, yeah, you got through, but did it close through? No. Look at that, all that close, and then boom, all the way on down. So that's what we got to watch here. That's going to be very, very key. So realistically, what you want to do is just watch this low, that 77.55 here today, and then the upside, if it keeps on ripping, that 80.14, 80.16 level, very, very key. Now, what also here is you have that 78.95, but this is on a weekly chart, so we're looking to try to get above that here, maybe possibly by Friday. But you can see the green candle, see how it goes right into it, and that's big time resistance, and then comes right back into it, and it comes right back. Okay, so that's why you want to trade the charts, because now you know exactly where it's going. RSI here, not really telling you a whole lot here. MACD, the green below the red, that's telling you bearish trend, momentum, but right to the downside situation. Okay, so realistically, when that futures open, watch the high, that's 79.17, and watch today's low at 77.55. We're going to see what's going to happen here. Maybe get some sideways action. This would have been really nice if it had been a nice green candle like that, because then we would have had a nice bottoming candle, and then we could have ripped right on up. So we got to see how this is all going to shake up. Now, again, if you want to buy this and say this does start ripping up, you want to sell a lot of, like I always sell like half position right into your strong resistance level here, this 200-day here, and this key 8 SMA here. That is very, very critical here, okay? So that's what we're looking for on the upside, okay? So always remember it. By the weekly, we want to be above this 50-day. We want to be above that 21-day for the week. That would make it bullish. If it goes and closes below, then you got a really good shot at hitting that 75.24. But again, always look at a glass half full. That could be a really good buying opportunity here to take long. So let's just see how this all going to shake out. But right now, crude is a scalper's market. Trade it, okay? Do not buy and hold. Trade it. If you get above this 200-day and that 8 SMA, then yes, okay, you can hold it. But again, what will happen is going to be, it'll go right up. That 21 will be coming right on down. Then you got that next resistance level at that 50-day and then that 21-day. So it's going to take a lot of good juice to get it up. But see this head and shoulders pattern? There's the head, there's your left shoulder, there's your right shoulder, and that's played out very, very nicely. Okay, let's take a look here at natural gas. Okay, here we have natural gas. You got your 5-minute chart going here. Now, yesterday, this was a really nice sell here because you had that nice tweezer top going, got below that 8 SMA, and look where she came all on down. Sideways action. Now, today, what I don't like about this is see you have a high, a lower high, lower high, and lower high. That's never good. But however, you are building a wedge here, okay? See with the lower high, but you're also putting in higher lows, okay? So that's not bad. So it's going to break one way or the other. You can see here on this 5-minute chart, one way or the other, it's going to break. But again, today was very, it's just small scalps kind of situation. UNG had a range of 1591 on the bottom and 1625 on the top. So really, it was just 10-cent scalp, 15-cent scalp. It was just small scalps, a lot of work to get paid today on the old natty gas, okay? So let's just see how this shakes out here. But you do have a wedge forming here. And a lot of times you have a wedge, she's either going to bust out to the top or she's going to bust right down to the bottom. Okay, let's take a look here on the hourly and the 4-hour. Okay, here we have your hourly chart. Now you can see here where you're holding this. Oh, let me slow that down. Okay, you had that gap up. That was that contract roll. You're right in that June contract. We held nice, good support, and now she's just trying to rally right on up here. And that was your high yesterday of 2.26. Okay, so that's what you got to get back up to. So because so far today, all we had is just an inside day is what you had there on natural gas. You didn't have that whole lot of movement. If you look at UNG, you had some movement there, but again, it was just very small scalps. It wasn't like what you had the last couple of days here where, you can rally right on up here very, very nicely, counting the last Friday, okay? So now what we have to do is we want to look at this price channel, okay? That's at 2.23. Okay, that's very, very key. Matter of fact, that was today's high, that 2.23. Now, again, if we can get above that, then you got that 2.26 target sitting right above. Now, you can see here, even though when it's sold off, see, you're holding your 50-day. See that how nicely? All the way down, holding that 50-day. See how nice that is? It's very, very good. Just like we had here when it was holding that 21-day. See that? Nice, all the way through, and then she finally broke after that. But if we can do the same thing to the 50-day, we could probably push it up above that 2.23 and hit that 2.26 very, very easily. Now, your 4-hour chart, well, it's kind of like the same thing, but you're holding this key upper level here. That's always very, very good. You're not selling off, filling that gap and all that kind of stuff. So right now, we're looking very, very good here. The key is going to be a breakout above that 2.26. Okay, let's look at a weekly and a monthly. Okay, here we have your daily, your weekly, and your monthly chart. Now, what we want to look at here is today you can see we just had an inside day. See old sticky here? 2.23, 2.14. Yesterday's high, 2.26, 2.13. So just an inside day, which basically means your high and your low, okay, we're within the high and the low of the previous day. That's all that means, okay? So again, what we're doing is we're holding this nice key level. This is that 1.94, and now you can see your 8-day is rolling up here very, very nicely. That is going to be very, very key. Now, what we got here, let's just look at the downside first. So what you want to do is you want to watch the top of this candle. This is going to be key. This is 2.16. And then today's low at that 2.14. And then we can come all the way here. This is going to be crucial, that 2.09. And it lines up pretty nice here with the 2.08 here on your 100 SMA. So if it comes down and holds this area, then that could be a nice, good buying opportunity. Because now, I say when those futures open, 2.05, this will rise higher, and you're probably going to cross that 100-day tomorrow here, if not tonight with the futures, very, very easily. So we want to just follow that up 8 SMA as much as we can. Once you lose that 8 simple moving average, just like we had here, well, then it's time to get the hell out of that trade, okay? But right now, to me, it was just a scalper's market. I didn't take any short today. I would just try scalping UNG long here. But again, it was just a lot of small stuff, just trying to get, a 25, 30 cents there out of the deal, okay? So very, very key. Now, what you want to do by Friday is we want to hold that 21-day 2.09. If that's lost, you have that 8 SMA right below it. Now, if this rises up here, let's look at the upside. Here's what we have. Let's just look at the big targets there today, okay? So you got 2.26. That was yesterday's high. That's what it needs to get above. If you can get above that, then look at a monthly chart, okay? Because right there, 2.35, that's going to be your next target, okay? That's going to be your next big target, is going to be that 2.35. Now, if it can get above that, look at what you have here, 2.48, okay, basically 47. So we have a good targets here if it can keep right on running. Okay, but right now, I don't like that. I didn't like that situation yesterday with that candle. See how this candle is? That's a topping tail. And then today we have an indecision kind of a situation. So now we got to see what's going to happen. So watch those futures at 6 p.m. tonight, and then we can see if this is going to be. So you want to watch today's high, that 2.23, and then you want to watch that low at 2.14. Very, very critical here, either direction. Again, if that's lost, then what you want to do is we will come right over here to this 2.09, and then you have your 100-day, and then we're looking right there at that 2.05, that 8. But as long as this price holds that 8 SMA here, this is still very, very good, because it can come down, I'll come down. It doesn't matter as long as it holds it. If you start losing that 8 simple moving average, well, then it's good night, Irene. Here it's going to be just like this, like we had that candle, and then you're below it, and then you come all the way on down. But always remember, on the downside here, you have this gap fill. Okay, that's 2.90, and then we had the top of this here at 2.67. Yeah, you got a lot of resistance here, support, in between, but always watch that here. Maybe not today, not tomorrow, but eventually that gap will get filled. But right now, this is actually looking very, very bullish here. We just had a little day, just a little kind of like a day of rest, because we had 3 nice candles. And then we got to see how is this going to shake on out here, okay? So your RSI here looking good. Your MACD is looking good. You got a crossover here on your weekly. That's looking good. This is all looking very, very good. The key is here, when you get up to resistance, you want to watch that 2.35. That's going to be very, very key before you start hitting, this 2.47 and this 2.48. Very, very key, okay? So right now, just watch that high, the low of today, and then we got to see where it's going to shake out with the once the futures open here at 6 p.m. Okay, that's what I got for you on Crude and Natty Gas. I'll be back tomorrow morning before 8 o'clock, and we will do it all over again. Thanks for watching.